But tonight, I'm gone. And they saying let's call. All I want is to see you twerk for me.
I've been waiting all night, all day. Well, you know, you're good. You're off the hook. Yeah, you're off the hook.
So ladies, I literally just got home from traveling, and there's nothing that will put a smile on my face like Rose Forever New York. I'm super excited about getting this package. I haven't even opened it yet. I haven't. It's packaged nicely. It's stamped with fragile, and again, these roses last for a year. They are treated. They are real roses. They have vibrant colors. So let me open it. My little assistant, my 9-year-old. Everybody, happy birthday, Pac-Man. He's gonna hold the camera for you guys as we open this package. Thank you so much, Rose Forever. I cannot tell you enough how excited I get when I receive roses from you guys. They are so quick. When I tell you, they come within a day, and I do believe they are coming from New York. And I'm here in Texas, and literally the shipping is always expedited. It gets here quickly. My concierge is always like, fancy, you have a package. And I'm like, who is it from? Because I really don't care. But when they say Rose Forever, I'm so excited. So it comes packaged like this. It has some, foam. It's wrapped up in plastic, and this is the marble collection. Oh my goodness, guys, I'm so obsessed with marble, like so many of you girls. It is so luxurious. Let me go ahead and be careful as I open this for you guys. It's the perfect gift. It will decorate your office, your living space, your beauty rooms, whatever you need it for. Rose Forever. Roses always complement your space perfectly. Let me go ahead and unwrap it. Guys, look at this box. It is absolutely beautiful. Let's open it. Oh my goodness. Do y'all see that? Absolutely beautiful. My couch is blue. I have a son, so I try to keep it kind of like, not too feminine. And these are the perfect color to complement my living room. These are so beautiful. This is the marble collection. This is how it looks. It's absolutely stunning. These they have no smell. They do last as long as you keep them in a dry area, and as long as you keep them out of direct sunlight. I still have my other roses, and they are absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much again, Rose Forever. I'm gonna give you guys a different angle. Thank you, Pac-Man. Happy birthday. Get your mom, grandmother, girlfriend, whatever the case is, definitely order y'all some roses. So thank you so much, Rose Forever. I am so grateful for y'all. I'm so obsessed. Thank you. Hey ladies, I am so sorry that it's been forever. First and foremost, Happy New Year's. In this video, of course, it's gonna be kind of a vlog / story time as far as how the Miami trip went. In addition to that, it's gonna be obviously an explanation as to why things will be different from now on. I will be doing interviews before I allow you girls on the trip. Some of you are not ready for a group setting yet, and you need more one-on-one hands-on training for success, and I offer shadowing with that. In addition to that, just to kind of lower the drama and the distractions that could possibly occur when it comes to group trips and stuff like that. So let's just get into this video. Happy New Year's. It is January 1st 2022. Okay, me and the girls were out here in Miami. We're on South Beach right now. I'm trying to decide where to park. The parking is really truly crazy. And right now I already paid 40 bucks to park here, but I'm not sure if this is a parking spot, so I'm kind of like stressed out about it. And I'm hoping, since the other girls are having issues parking also, that by the time they find parking, I'm able to find a meter person so I can go ahead and let them know, yo, what's good. But at this point, I do not know. Honestly, I have no idea. I have no idea. But we had a good time. We had a few obstacles yesterday, and so and I'm looking around because I'm looking for a meter person. Don't feel as though I'm not paying attention to you guys. But yeah. So first obstacle was we had a few girls get sick, so they weren't able to make it. We had a lot of canceled flights from flight attendants getting sick with Omarion, and then in addition to that, less than 36 hours before check-in to the Airbnb, we got canceled. And then they said it's going to take 3 to 5 days to refund me my money. And literally check-in was like a day and a half later. And that's Miami Beach. And that's New Year's Eve. And that's whenever. So I'm thinking at this point, the girls don't got no place to stay. I stayed up for a day because that's all I had. Did you find parking? If not, got you. I got you. What does that mean? And so I stayed up for that whole entire day, could not find something that was acceptable for my girls. At this point, Airbnb said refund 3 to 5 days. I'm like, I can't check into another spot and say, oh, when Airbnb refunds me my money, I'm going to pay you. So of course I'm paying out of pocket, and then I'm paying double because it is New Year's Eve and everybody is here in Miami. So the prices are being doubled. So at this point, I'm panicking. I'm not getting quality. I'm getting ratchet, expensive rooms. And that's unacceptable for my girls. So then we come to find out that I finally found one place that had 6 rooms, maybe 7 rooms. And I was going to have to fill them rooms up. So I said, I need all of them. Put the girls' names on them. Finally got them the information. And then as they checked in, I was so stressed out, so overwhelmed. And I had a date. I had a date that day before I was supposed to be meeting the girls, but I was behind on my date trying to get them situated, like as it should be. And so what ended up happening was the prices were double, like I mentioned, and it turned out to be a nice hotel. Had a bar, everything. It was cute. The girls had room. You know, we had a few discrepancies. You know, one of the girls stated that their room sheets were dirty and they changed rooms twice. But my tip on that is, no matter, it could be the Ritz, it could be any place, but I always have the maintenance people come and change the sheets out, even if they look clean, right in front of me, just in case they're dirty and they just don't have stains. So that's a tidbit. But that's... Hey girls, so I am back in Dallas. Sorry for the interruption in the story. I was in Miami at the time and I was going for brunch with the girls. So I kind of had to go ahead and leave. I am in the car. I want to finish up the story. So I hope it's not too loud in here. I hope you girls can hear me. I'm so sorry for being MIA. Again, I know this is in the middle of the story, but I wanted to go ahead and let you know how the Miami trip went. So I did get the girls situated in their Airbnb. I did not show up at check-in. At an Airbnb, I would be there, of course, to check in and get the room situated and stuff, but because it was a hotel and it was 6 different rooms, I figured the girls, you know, they got to show ID, you know, and individually they had to put their own credit cards on file for incidentals. The policy for the hotel was I wasn't allowed to put in my name in multiple rooms, as well as the same card for multiple rooms. And I knew that, you know, it wouldn't be an issue if the girls, you know, took care of the hotel room. There wouldn't be any issues. So that wasn't an issue. I let them check in. I told them to get situated. They all went to the bar to have a drink and wait for each other and mix and mingle with one another. Again, I did have a date that I had earlier that day at 12 noon, but I was still getting everything situated with the girls, so I had to push it back. So I went on my date, and then after that I got back to where I was staying, and I broke down crying. Like, it was just so overwhelming, you know, just to find 1 to 2 women a place to stay in Miami for New Year's Eve. The prices on the hotels were very expensive. I didn't want to break the girls up and have them at multiple hotel rooms, and then like just to be canceled last minute. Have the money held for 3 to 5 business days on a Friday, which is a holiday, New Year's Eve, a holiday. So it was just so overwhelming. I was just thankful and praising God that, you know, everything did work out. So the girls, I already told them that we were going to, I ended up telling them that we're going to go to the Signature Hard Rock Resort. It's a casino. It's the one with the huge guitar, absolutely beautiful. Because again, number one, it was going to be a blackjack or some kind of tournament, and number two, it's going to be men spending money, already in the mood, already in the mindset to spend money, and that's my vibe. You know, you can't talk in a club, you know what I mean? It's too loud, it's too much music, it's too much going on. But a casino, they had multiple high-end restaurants. So yeah, and the first day always on these trips, it's a meet and greet. So not only are you there to meet me, but you're there to meet other girls, get dressed, get ready, you know, and meet up for dinner after, you know, the tragic situation. And yes, I came in there very apologetic. I take full responsibility, but I'm glad you girls are here and I'm ready to have fun. So, you know, a portion of the girls, I will say, they kind of had attitudes, which is understandable. But when I spend or invest my money into something, especially if you know the person's heart, you know, and you know they did all they could do and it was out of their control and everything ended up turning out perfect and fine. Number one, can't anything prevent me from, you know what I mean, doing what I need to do. What did I come here for? I came here to have fun. I came here to learn. I came here to network. I came here to be open to receive information. But a part of those girls, I was able to do one-on-ones with about 7 girls. During this time, I was able to go freestyle with one of my girls.
Got me in it. I wasn't ready. Now I'm ready.
We went to the bar. The other girls were kind of tired. Their feet was hurting and stuff like that. And so it's like a job. You really have to mentally be ready to make some money. And a New Year's Eve, you know, it's definitely a huge party. Sorry, I'm over here driving. So yeah, we're going to brunch or whatever the case is. They had great food and they had great drinks, really cute concept. Again, a few of the girls did not even show up, and I guess they still had an attitude from the situation with the Airbnb getting canceled last minute, and me putting them in hotels. And this is the thing, things change, stuff happens, you know what I mean? And honestly, it's so important to be understanding and not to be led by your emotions, and things like that are a major cause as to why, you know what I mean, so many women have an issue with a hypergamous lifestyle, with obtaining an affluent man, and with, you know, being successful, you know, within this dating scene. You know, yes, I was very frustrated and overwhelmed that something like that happened, but am I gonna sit here and let that mess my attitude up for the rest of the weekend and prevent me from growing and bonding with, you know, like-minded women? No, I'm not gonna allow that to, you know, stop me from getting to the bag. So I just, you know, embrace the women who, you know, wanted to participate. I'm not there to force you. This is the thing. When you invest into anything, I am not there to force you. Take away my energy or my time or my focus from the women who want to participate to the women who are being brats, you know, and throwing hissy fits, and that's to be nice, you know. I can only do so much. So the girls who were there, you know what I mean, we all went around in a circle, and you know, we kind of stated the issues that we've been having, you know, and some of the things that came up was time. You know, a lot of women that go on these trips, they are CEOs of companies. They're, you know what I mean, they have very, very high, you know, titles and stuff like that, which you girls don't understand. And some girls are still in school and they're working multiple jobs and they just don't have time. And you really have to prioritize. You know, I can't sit here and, you know, make dating, you know what I mean, a priority in your life. You have to decide, you know, what's more important. If you focusing on school and working and bringing in that income is more, then don't add something else to your plate, like sugaring, so then you're spread even thinner and you're not doing as well as you can, you know, do in every category. If anything, you're doing, you know, the minimum. You have to be willing to sacrifice and drop something. And, you know, another thing, you know, girls had was, you know, just the way they come off. You know, a lot of us have that resting bee face. A lot of us have, you know what I mean, this aggressive, negative, masculine energy, and it might not be where your heart is or where your mind is, but that is the energy that comes off very hard, very tough, and very guarded. And that's a defense mechanism. It's not because you're upset, it's not because you're angry, it's not because you're ghetto, it's not because of any of that. It's because this is something that you haven't had the opportunity to work on, or it has been pointed out to you that that's repelling men. I literally told this girl, I was like, if I was a wealthy man, I wouldn't talk to you, not because you're not beautiful, but because, girl, you seem like you was about to cut. So yeah, and I'm trying to think, another girl, she said that I'm trying to think, and it's very another girl stated that she's having an issue attracting men who want her for more than her body and the sex appeal and just, you know, what they can get in the sheets or get into her panties or whatever the case is. And this is the thing. Yes, men are very visual and physical, and they all at the end want, you know, the same thing. But at the end of the day, once you have identified that they slipped once, at the most twice, within a comment or the way they're touching you or they're acting, don't give them any time of day and cut them off very swiftly. If you continue to entertain those guys, then sooner or later you are unknowingly, you know what I mean, going to get in the habit of attracting those same type of men. And also, you have to be very careful of how you dress. One of the girls, you have to dress for your body type. I have all different sizes of women that come on this trip, shades, ethnicities, backgrounds, everything. And so one of the girls, very top heavy, and I only saw her like one time because she was, you know, one of the girls who I guess didn't want to participate. I don't know. But and you know, the outfit that she wore, again, I would have probably said something if I had an opportunity to actually get to know her and speak with her past the high, but that wasn't the situation. It was her attire would turn a lot of wealthy men off. Her attire would turn a lot of wealthy men off. In addition to that, the men who are attracted to her would say, okay, literally everything's hanging out, and with everything hanging out, she's just wanting sex, obviously, you know what I mean. And yes, she's absolutely beautiful. Again, still don't remember her name because I met her once, really couldn't even tell you what her voice sounded like, have no idea, wasn't given the opportunity. But just for the first time I saw her, you know what I mean, I didn't even get a chance to, you know, critique or hear her background or what she was looking for. But I know, because of the men that I've dealt with, you know, how they would say, they would try to prey on her and feel as though maybe she has low self-esteem, you know what I mean, because everything's, you know, hanging out, and I'm gonna prey on her because I'm gonna tell her she's beautiful, I'm gonna tell her that she's sexy, I'm gonna tell her that this, that, and the other. And it might be completely wrong or it might be completely right, you know, and they're going to come up with a way to approach you. If you're attracting men who are just, you know, wanting to sleep with you or whatever, tweak the way you're dressing, you know what I mean, tweak the locations. If you're at really high-end, you know, places, then don't tweak that, but tweak the time of day or the day of week that you're going to these places. You know, you have to dress for the type of man that you're trying to attract. And you have to remember, wealthy and affluent men who have power, they don't want a woman who is going to be a liability, where they're going to be on tabloids. Can you believe he's dating someone that looks like this, or she looks like she slept with everybody, or look at the way she carries herself. They are all conservative, you know what I mean? And yes, of course they might wear something tight or form-fitting, but again, they dress for their size and they dress for the type of men and the type of venues that they frequent, you know what I mean, and the type of the community that they, you know, that they're a part of. And so even though we're not there yet, we have to prepare ourselves. So that's a tidbit for that. Then I also had a beautiful girl, such a sweetheart. She's ex-military, and she said, Fancy, I come off as sometimes, kind of, masculine energy. And a lot of women don't understand when you have been in, a field such as law enforcement, military, a judge, an attorney, all of these positions, you know what I mean? Women honestly aren't treated the same. And because they're not treated equally, we have to do more to show that our looks aren't getting us ahead, that we're not sleeping to move forward, that we're really valued by our skill, by our performance. We have to be more masculine and aggressive, and we have to be harder for us to be taken seriously, unfortunately. And because we have to adapt masculine energy that is not naturally ours, not naturally something that radiates from us, it is hard to let go of that energy when you're no longer in that situation. And so you always have to be mindful of doing something that doesn't feel comfortable, that isn't normal, because you're not used to resting in your femininity, what I mean, and using your sex appeal and using your feminine energy and all of these things to get what you want. If anything, it's been the total opposite. So, and then also she said that she has a lot of guy friends, and what I mean. And with that being said, I kind of sense that she's kind of fell into the, she's very attractive, she's very pretty, what I mean. Guys tend to like her, but they put her in the friend zone because she's cool, she's one of the guys, she's one of the boys. And so we kind of had a discussion about that. So yeah, and so we went to the next person, and so they were talking about basically relationships that are years old, what I mean, and that you put up with, the behavior and the situations and the circumstances and the agreements. And I can say that this is relatable to in a lot of my coaching calls, how you start off small, fancy. I kind of want an allowance of $4,000. I met this guy off of a sugaring website, and after I met him, I finally agreed to $2,000. I've been talking to him for a year and a half too, and now I'm trying to negotiate, what I mean, a higher allowance. But he's had me for all this time for $2,000. So how can I get him to go up to $4,000? Because we've had falling outs because of it. At this point, you've accepted the minimum, so it's always hard to negotiate up versus being higher higher than what you truly want. So then it kind of the negotiation ends up falling still above what you truly want. Because at the end of the day, when you agree to something in the beginning, that's when a man has the butterflies. That's when the man is still wondering what can come from this situation, versus 2 years down the road, he's saying, okay, I still haven't got to sleep with her, I still haven't got what I wanted, I know her inside and out, I don't have butterflies anymore. Why would I give her more money and she's still not trying to do more for me? What I mean? So it's very important to go big or go home, or be okay with what you agreed to, or we're gonna have to go through damage control. Hold on one second. Yeah, or we're gonna have to go through damage control. And damage control, sometimes you end up losing the minimum that you agreed to in the beginning, or sometimes he understands and he walks away, or he understands that he's not willing to lose you. So with that being said, it's like pulling teeth, after going through the steps that I consider damage control. If you've had coaching with me, then you would understand what those steps are. And with that being said, you would see that it's going to be hard, but in some cases they're willing to raise y'all's agreement up or your allowance up, because they're not willing to lose you. But it's extreme measures that goes through it, and sometimes it takes a while. So yeah, that was kind of relatable from some of my coaching calls that I've heard, versus being able to be in person and seeing how these women move in certain situations like that. So ladies, this next clip is going to be a clip of one of the girls. She's basically she wasn't drunk. It was only, I'm trying to think, 5 girls, 2 girls in the front, 3 girls in the back, and they were literally waiting for me because I had a driver about to come and pick me up and take me back to where I was staying, and they didn't want to leave me up there by myself. So we're just waiting, and then the next thing we know, one of the girls, we're gonna keep her anonymous, we're gonna blur out her face and stuff because it's not to embarrass her or anything like that. This whole entire video is to, you know, take certain situations and to use them as learning lessons and kind of see somebody's point of view from the outside. So we're not here to bash. We're not here to make fun of. We're not here to judge. We're here to learn. And this is a space where we feel safe. So just keep that in mind as you watch this next clip. It's very important to carry yourself as a lady at all times. Also, if you're a lightweight, say, you know, you are drunk or whatever the case is, you need to be very responsible when drinking. In addition to that, it doesn't matter if you're sober, drunk, maybe you were raised in the country, whatever the case is, whether someone's looking or not looking, something like this is very unacceptable. And it really says a lot as to why you may not be getting as far as you feel as though you should be getting in this lifestyle, because again, we're not being judgmental. It's just, you know, a learning situation. And with this being said, this is not something that's okay. It's not something that's acceptable, and it's not something that high value women do. So moving forward, we're going to learn. We're going to do better, because if you know better, you do better. So I'm very upfront and transparent in my coaching calls and my one-on-ones and my shadowings. When you speak to me, you know, in person, via Zoom, whatever the case may be, I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear, but I am here to share things that are helpful and just be as transparent and real as I can be. So basically, you know, we see we're in the drive of the resort, and it's valet, it's bell people, it's everything like that. And we're all sitting at the car, and one of the girls, you know, she mentions one of the nice cars that's driving by, saying, "Oh, that's a nice car," and then states what type of car it is. And so she asks to get out, and we're really not sure what she's getting out for. Since she mentioned the car and mentioned maybe somebody wealthy driving, you know, the car, we're thinking that she's going to go up to the car, which is something that you should not do. You should never go up to a car or approach a man at all. That is very dangerous, but we're just really not sure what she's doing. She's speaking clearly. She doesn't appear drunk. She's walking fine. And she just demands to get out the car. So the driver, one of the other girls, you know, lifts the seat up and let her out, because it's a two-door car. And, you know, she gets out the car barefooted and all, which is number 2. That's not something that you do. But again, she's demanding to get out the car, so we allow her to get out the car. And we just see her walk across the drive. And as she's walking across the drive, she disappears into the beautiful greenery that this resort has in front of their resort. And we're not really sure what she's doing, but one of the other girls has said, I think she's going over there to pee. And at this time, the girl has crossed the car lanes. We cannot stop her. So, yeah, just watch the video. Again, it's not to bash her. It's just to give a little insight of where the different ladies that participated in this trip, you know, where they are and why it is so important that moving forward that I interview the girls prior to accepting them on the trip. And you know, I open up more spaces for shadowing. A lot of you girls do choose the shadowing route. It is one-on-one. Excuse me. It is one-on-one. So we were walking towards South Beach, but we ended up stopping at this nice place. I had a beautiful bar. The bar was kind of empty. Again, Miami was so crowded. There were so many people there, or whatever the case was, that everybody was outside. We didn't go to, or I didn't recommend going to Fontainebleau on the first night, because it was a younger concert. I don't know if it was Doja Cat, I don't know who it was, but somebody was performing. I think it was Doja Cat. She was performing, so the crowd was going to be very, very young, and that wasn't our goal. Our goal isn't, you know, the immature kids that will pay for sections and bottles, but they won't spend money on women. You know what I mean? Our goal is the older, wealthy men who happen to be alone on a holiday and they're trying to spend money, you know what I mean, and kind of seeing how that interaction went. So after that, we ended up going back, and later on that night, where did we go? Oh, okay, so that's when we went to Fontainebleau. And we had 2 girls come in. Hey girls, I had to stop at Ulta. So sorry, my curls are super tight right now, because once I get to this location, I'm gonna comb them out. So please don't come for me. but it's getting dark, so I want to kind of like speed up on the story time. So we ended up we had 2 girls who, because of the pandemic, you know, so many flight attendants or whatever the case was canceling, so many flights, you know, were canceled, and you know, it was such an issue to come, but these girls was determined to come. And when I tell you, my babes, they sat here and came into the event and blew it away. They said yes, fancy. You know, when we came in, you know, there was like a lot of negativity, a lot of girls, you know what I mean, just talking noise, just this, that, and the other. But we just didn't see where it was coming from, because honestly, it was out of your hands. We don't even know what we would have done trying to organize something last minute that you had to plan months in advance to even, you know, get us a luxurious, you know, suite for 16. We don't know what else they wanted from you, you know what I mean, and for things to get canceled and for you to still, you know, make sure that we are good. You made sure we were good. So, you know, we just came open-minded and we came ready to learn. When I tell you, we had a blast. Like, out of this everything else, you know, we went out, we had a great time. And on checkout, which was Sunday, we were gonna go golfing, and a few of us did go golfing. We had, you know, little finger foods, we were drinking. I think they were watching the Miami, whoever was the Miami team, was it Dolphins, I don't know, you know, guys were watching the Miami Dolphins. And you know, upon checkout that morning, Sunday, I get, you know, messages from the girls, hey fancy, I was charged an extra $300 and something on my card that I have on file for incidentals. I thought the rooms were paid for in full, which they were paid for in full. And you know, some girls came really respectful, and you know, other girls came sideways and crazy. Again, the girls who did not even, you know what I mean, give me an opportunity to, you know what I mean, do what they paid me to do, you know. So I ended up calling the hotel front desk. I said, listen, I booked 6 rooms, paid for them in full. The girls, like y'all stated in the policy, they put their own cards on for the incidentals. You held $75 initially as a deposit for the room until they check out. And why were they charged a separate $300 the day of checkout? And they went in there and looked at, they said it was a glitch. You know, it's rare that they have, you know, one person coming in there paying for multiple, like 6 hotel rooms, you know what I mean. And with that being said, just have the girls come down one by one, and they are going to refund the money. They said usually we don't discuss this, you know, because it's not your card, it's not your, you know, your concern or whatever, but you know, we do understand the stress. And I said, and I let them know, I said, y'all better fix it quick before, you know, these girls stampede down there and bust y'all upside y'all head. And that's a fact. So they got it together and they corrected. But because so many girls are at different places, you know what I mean, within their journey, I feel like from now on I will be doing Zoom video interviews prior to accepting your payment for an event, because you know, some of the things that, you know, that happened, you know, were unacceptable. And like I said, I'm coming in and not knowing you girls, your background, or what your true intentions or what you're wanting to learn. Are you there to start drama? Are you just there, you know what I mean, are you really there to truly learn? And where are you, you know, within this dating scene? And this come up multiple times, but I just never felt okay just turning girls down, because you know, if they can't learn from me, then you know, there's other girls that they can, you know, probably relate to better and vibe. And that's what I try to tell you girls. It's not only about let me introduce you to a guy, because I can introduce you to a guy, but if you have no substance, you cannot carry yourself as, and you do not carry yourself as a lady, these guys are not going to stay with you. So what's the point of it? So the point of everything is to network and to grow. And with all of this being said, let's see, I'm gonna, you know, start doing my homework when it comes to the women who, you know, really should be attending these events versus the women who, you know, it's just really, you know, they're not ready for it yet. So I'm just gonna put that out there. But I'm going into this spot right quick to grab something to eat, and then I'm going to the venue because my appointment with the owner is in an hour, but I wanted to stop and eat first prior to that was like a quick little overview. I'm going to insert clips throughout the video so you can kind of see how we got along and things like that. I had a great time with most of the girls, had a blast. I'm sorry I've been MIA. You know, from Christmas hitting. Prior to Christmas, I was sick, as y'all knew. After I was sick, Christmas hit. After Christmas hit, it was this trip, New Year's Eve. After the trip, New Year's Eve, it was my baby's birthday on the 9th of January. I'm still planning his actual birthday, which is going to be this weekend, which has, you know, taken a lot out of me. In addition to that, in 2 weeks, I have the sugar baby, you know, is he your sugar daddy event coming up. So excited about that. In addition to that, I've been out here looking for, you know, a new condo, maybe a townhouse or a new place because my lease is up. In addition to that, like, I have a shadowing next week, and girls, please bear with me, okay? I have not forgot about y'all. I love y'all. I adore y'all. But coaching, I'm still here for one. I love you, girls. I'm about to go in here and show face. But I love you so much. I will like do a story time. Excuse me. I will do a story time on a situation that happened with 2 of the girls, because they did come a day late, so I allowed them to stay a day later, and we got, you know, some one-on-one time. We got to, you know, really, you know, get out there. And so yeah, a situation happened at the bar with a guy. This has never happened to me before, but it did happen, and I gotta tell you about that story time, and it gets crazy. So stay tuned for that story time. In addition to that, stay tuned for some apartment tours of DFW, a vlog, and as I prepare for our event. So yes, I'm super excited to meet you girls. Because it's such a large group for the speed dating, I do kind of want to, after what happened at the Miami event, I literally have to, I want to meet the girls one-on-one. So the girls on the speed dating that's coming in Friday, I'm going to like designate some time for us to meet individually so I can kind of speak to them and they can feel more comfortable coming into the to the event. And then the girls who are coming in actually Saturday, I'm going to book some time, but I have so much stuff going on Saturday as I prepare for the event. So I don't want to book too many girls for that day. So, but I'm just gonna still try to see how many girls I can actually get in. Some of the girls have been to trips. A lot of the girls, well, 50% of the girls have been to the trips prior, so I've kind of got an idea of who they are and where they are within their journey. And then the other girls, I haven't even met them yet, and this is the first time, so I kind of want to get the girls that I haven't met yet, but still I want to say hi to my boos that we already met. But regardless of the fact, y'all be patient with me. I love you. I'm doing good. Double check, make sure that the notification bell is on, yeah, be looking out for me. If you're not following me on Instagram, please do. And I kind of try to keep you girls updated on there. But I love you so much, and until next time, Happy New Year's! Oh my gosh, Happy New Year's! I haven't seen you guys all year. Love you girls, and see you later. Bye.